Children. Children, kids, can be seen as miraculous miracles born in such a great time. Sometimes children can be born out of a miraculous event, and most of the time children can be a miracle to somebody's life, making it brighter, much more enjoyable, and even in some times more comforting to be around as long as you have a child there that loves you, and conditions you throughout everything that happens in your life. No matter the good or the bad or the ugly that happened to you, your child is there always supporting you. With that being said, though, there are some times when children can be just downright and plain horrible monsters. Greetings, golden goblins, boys, universe, Mark, and White Nerdy, and welcome to Lazyween. The official new season of Lazyween begins, and it started off strong with one horror comedy that really surprised me, Abigail. I remember hearing certain things about Abigail and thinking that it looked pretty funny, but it wasn't necessarily the first trailer that sold me. It was the more I saw the trailer, the more the comedy aspect really comes to mind. Is that it's about a little girl, Ballerina, 12-year-old, who just so happens to be a lot more than meets the eye. We'll get more into that later. But I'd like to point out before I get into this that there might be some spoilers for people who have not seen Abigail yet, and if you haven't, then you really need to go and see Abigail. It's just a downright amazing and impressive piece of media, an impressive movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, you need to go and see it and then come back here. Otherwise, there will be some spoilers. So let's see why there's more to meet the eye with this little girl. Let's sit down and talk about and enjoy our first Lazyween session together. By the way, you enjoying the new outfit? I don't think that the nerd had really any type of inclination of how I should look, but he thought this look looked great, so I'm gonna try it for a new season. If not, you can all tell me if you prefer the Bulbasaur sweatshirt in the comments down below. So anyways, let's dig into Abigail and see why the child is more than meets the eye. A small group of people were hired to kidnap a little girl known only as Abigail, and their job is quite simple that they've been hired for, just kidnap her and hold her for 24 hours. If the job is complete, they will be paid $50 million, and they can do whatever that they please with it. However, that's not the full extent and details of the job they were hired to do. You know the little girl that they're looking after? You know, that little girl that just so happens to be more than meets the eye? Yeah, that's because she's a fucking vampire.
Alright, I got her trapped in the upstairs hallway, so... What the fuck, are you out of your damn mind?
Alright, everybody, let's go over this plan one more time. Now, your job is simple. You kidnap the 12-year-old, that's very good for you. Her father should be willing to pay the $50 million, and then you guys can go and do whatever that you please with it. I think I covered all my bullet points. Just arrive, 24 hours, you know, the whole mansion is yours, and, yeah, I'll see you back in 24 hours. Is there something I forgot to tell them? Some big type of, like, overdue crap? Can't remember. I think there was something specific about the little girl that I was supposed to tell them, but hell if I can remember. I mean, she's just a little girl. I guess she's a fucking vampire or some shit. That'd be ridiculous. But the team later on finds out something interesting that they should have put together from the beginning, as Abigail tells them something that honestly shocked them.
No, he did lose interest in you. That wasn't a lie. How many of your father's enemies do you think you're gonna have to kill?
Yes, you heard that correctly. This little girl had basically planned this whole entire night alone because her father has a rat in the business that's leaking out important information and he wants to know who. Not only that, Abigail handpicked these people because they all have flaws. Each and every one of them had a different flaw that made them different than the rest of them, and they all get along so perfectly. it's a character dynamic that really sells them for me. The way that they all get along with each other is quite nice and beautiful, and that they all have to figure out how to get along with each other, despite the fact of a good old vampire sitting right there. Speaking of, I love the joke in the movie that they all try to figure out how to deal with this vampire, and they absolutely have no fucking idea how to deal with one. And as they later find out, all the movies are bullshit except for two exceptions: A Stake to the Heart and Sunlight. Everything else does not kill the vampires.
I'm sorry. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
I love the unique twist with Abigail kind of not ever being focused on on like the film or TV series transition of vampires of how you would kill them. I do love that it's like, aside from A Stake to the Heart and even Sunlight, it's like nothing else would really kill them. So forget everything that you learned from the Blade movies, Fright Night, The Lost Boys, John Carpenter's Vampires. Forget everything, because it's like, what would really happen if a vampire did actually exist? And that's how Radio Silent treated this movie. It's like, how would this really go down? And yeah, A Stake to the Heart is brilliant, and also Sunlight again is brilliant. Kind of feels the same way that Adam Sandler and Genji Tartakovsky treated Dracula in Hotel Transylvania. So again, very nice touch. You're onto something. And I do love that the characters are so stupid to figure this out that it came up to a dumb blonde and Kevin Durant transition of a dumb muscle-bound character. No, seriously, his character is quite impressive in this. And now here comes to the great event, is that they all try to figure out at first, like, who's killing who kind of thing, trying to make it like an Agatha Christie novel. But as it turns out, that's not actually true. It's just a monster hidden within the little girl. And this little girl does everything in her power to try and destroy the team and take them down because she wants to look good with her father and help out her father. And I just love how they really intuited how a little vampire girl, would really take down a team of mercenaries and killers, and it's hilarious. But eventually Abigail does find the leak after she turns him into a vampire. He admits that she betrayed her father out of revenge about him because he betrayed him.
What the fuck is happening here?
Yes, that's right. The dirty ex-cop was officially dirty, as he got into a bunch of drug troubles and he eventually betrayed her father. As early on in the film, it was kinda hinted that he was into something, but was never quite truthful with his own team, and he wasn't quite truthful with anyone he got along with. Not only that, he seemed to give everybody a hard time, seemed to harass everybody and everything, so it would give you a clue that he was kind of not a trusting person. What's more, how did the fucking dumbass not understand or realize that he was in for quite a ride once Abigail's father found out he betrayed him? With the final confrontation being between him, our main character, and Abigail, as the both of them had to team up to take him down and make him pop like a fruit gusher.
There's something about being a vampire, right? It takes a long fucking time to learn how to do all the cool shit.
And because our main character helped Abigail, she declared the truth between her, meaning that she can go home to her son and try to reconnect with him after she's lost him due to her drug trouble. That is until Daddy comes home, and it turns out that Abigail's father is none other than the Prince of Darkness himself, Lord fucking Dracula.
Fucking alien! Where?
God, you're kidding. No one is stupid enough to believe that.
That's supposed to be motherfucking Dracula? I'm sorry, I just had flashbacks to the Frank Langella Dracula movie that I riffed on last year. How in the world is that supposed to be Dracula? In fact, if you wanted to be funny, and if he was available, which I know that most of the time he's not, you could have gotten Nicolas fucking Cage to be her daughter. And yes, this means that a controversy that's going around in Radio Silent never really said yes, and never really said no. This is a loose adaptation upon Daughter of Dracula. So, yeah. Loose is kind of a great term to use. Now, radio silence never really came out and said anything as far as my knowledge, but people put it together that it's kind of a loose adaptation following alongside of it, where we'll be following the adventures of Dracula's daughter, which I don't believe that in the old film that Dracula really showed up. So, yeah, maybe they borrowed some inspiration, but as far as to my knowledge, Dracula's daughter is not named Abigail in the book nor in the movie, so I don't know where people got this information from, aside from just tying in Dracula at last minute. The thing is, I don't think that they really needed Dracula. This film would have been set on its own. A little girl vampire that's basically conquering the world, and her father is this vampire overlord. You couldn't name her father anything else, and it wouldn't have even mattered. But I think that they just name dropped Dracula to not only tie it in the Daughter of Dracula, but to kind of also dropping on the popularity of Renfield that came out a couple years before this one. So it really goes to show you that, yeah, they were trying to capitalize on the popularity of Renfield at the time, I would believe. But I really do think that this movie did not need Dracula, especially not him. And no offense to the actor or anything, but when he first appeared and was like, I am Dracula, I just lost it. I was laughing like Woody from Toy Story. I just lost it. And so, Abigail to me is, well, it could have been better, especially with the ending that really destroyed it for me. I absolutely was blown away by this great horror comedy. This film is unique, stylish, it tries to do something different, and it absolutely succeeds at being so different that it absolutely looks phenomenal no matter what angle you look at it from. The story is great, the characters are likable, and Abigail is by far one of the most terrifying monsters I've really seen in movie history in quite a while. However, the ending with that Dracula, yeah, I'm sorry, Radio Silence, but there really could have been a lot better details that you could have done aside from adding in Dracula at last minute. So does that mean I'd recommend Abigail? Yeah, it's stylish, it's unique, and it takes a while to kind of get used to it, but it's really damn good. The acting is surprising, and especially the actress that plays Abigail is a really unique specimen that you really need to see in order to fully enjoy and also, yes, appreciate. So, Abigail is one of the best films that I have seen. Even though that ending still ruined it for me, I really still did like this movie. It was phenomenal, unique, and not something that you would come across every day. And of course, there was a little bit of hint and magic involved in it. That's why my Funko Pop rating of Abigail is gonna get a Nami from One Piece. It's unique, phenomenal, amazing, and there's just a little hint of magic involved in this. So my Funko Pop rating of Abigail is gonna get a Nami from One Piece. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, share this video around the web. Hit that bell icon to be notified every single time I make an upload. And so that you never miss a Lazyween video. Who cares about that other guy's videos that he does here? And let me know what you thought about Abigail in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, as it would be quite enjoyable to hear you guys' own thoughts and opinions. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed it. Have a nerdy keep it on, and Lazyween is continuing, so be sure to take care and stay spooky. Because next time, we're going to be taking a look at a family-friendly horror classic. We're going to be taking a look at a trio of chipmunks and how they deal with meeting a werewolf. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Have a nerdy keep it on, and until next time, guys, as always, take care and stay spooky.